Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11.
Vaginas.
Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure, and double upload.
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories!
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Exposed.
Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed.
Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Exposed. Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11.
Vaginas.
Hey guys, it's Scarce here. Lots of news today, lots of exposure, and double upload.
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was gonna write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey,
Patrick,
what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so
I
from
am
now
going
on,
to
I'm going to
dedicate
report the
your
news. Let's
super
go
chat
inside
to
the stories.
Philip Burnell.
Exposed. Exposed. Exposed.
Oh.
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
Actually, I gotta fix
Exposed.
something.
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose. Expose myself to you.
Alright, now let's see.
To you.
That's
you.
better.
E-X-P-O-S.
That's better.
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
So actually, this is no bullshit. This isn't gaslighting. This isn't anything like that. I didn't realize I posted 2 DSP FAP jokes within 24 hours about Phil. I forgot. So that was kind of douchey of me. I apologize. I mean, it was just jokes. There was no harm with it. So I could kind of see why he's annoyed. I forgot that I did. I'm like, why is he so pissed? I'm like, oh, wow. So in less than 24 hours, I posted 2 FAP jokes. Oops. So I kind of get why he's annoyed. I know the music's still on. I had to fix the camera. So Jay, the camera is fixed. So welcome everybody. I'm here. So yeah, he had kind of a right to be annoyed. It didn't shut off? Cause it wasn't literally like wasn't being sent out to people at all. Like even for a poorly performing video for me, it wasn't. There was something off. Like YouTube did have issues. Team YouTube came back to me and confirmed that like what happens is when you upload a video, it's not processing, but there's another step it goes through where like the algorithm checks if they think you say anything that could be offensive. Not like if you say like a slur, it looks for that. I mean, and it goes through different checks, and it kept on saying checking, and it happened a couple days ago, and I thought, oh, one video did it. Then the other video we posted didn't do it. I still was like, maybe it's something I said in the video, and like the auto captions heard it wrong. But then the next day, all 3 videos were stayed in check. In like checking like to see if there's any restrictions, not processing, totally different. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't right. My account's in perfectly good standing. What the fuck is going on? So Team YouTube is like, could you send me links to the videos that are staying like stuck in like that processing limbo? And I sent them one out that I actually made public because you can't send a link to a scheduled video. And they're like, yeah, there's a problem. We fixed it. Just re-upload the videos. You should be fine. And we're fine. So I got to give them a shout out. I'm not the biggest YouTuber on the planet. But they were very helpful. So credit where credit's due. They fixed it in a relatively short period of time too. So, but there still is something off. Like I said, that third video, like even if someone doesn't give a shit what I'm talking about, it still does better. Like it literally like got like 5 views in 5 minutes. So something was wrong. So I'm like, maybe I'll upload it tomorrow or whatever. You lose a story and you move on. But that's it though. There was like nothing that I wanted to sweep under the rug in that video. It just, there was something wrong with, whatever happened with that upload, and it may be irrelevant news now anyway. So this shirt is off, Patrick. It is dedicated to Dark Side Phil. Saw you and Philip live Fat Bermel on Twitter. He needs to stop taking himself. Like, look, again, in his defense, I forgot that I did 2 jokes about the FAP thing. That's a little annoying. I just forgot. I wouldn't have done that, you know. So that's on me. You know, again, there was no ill will meant towards it. I said to him, my editor will say to me, "Listen, come watch me eat breakfast naked." Do you think he's serious? Like he says stupid shit like that to me all the time. That's just my humor. When I had Boogie and Camelot 331, we were talking about how we all have small penises. You know, that's just how we roll, man. We self-roast, and it's not that, at least for me anyway, it's not that I'm being derogatory towards myself. I just, you know, I think if you could laugh at yourself, you learn to grow. And if you take yourself seriously, you'll never look at yourself in the mirror, you know, and believe me, I know there's plenty wrong when I look at myself in the mirror. Don't worry. You just kind of, I don't know, it's just an exhausting way to be, you know. But again, in his defense, like I said, I did the 2 jokes in a relatively short period of time. It was a little over the top. So, it is what it is. Soulja Boy mad at Kanye for taking his verse out. Isn't Kanye's out? I don't even waste. You know what's sad is that Kanye West was one of my favorite producers of all time. And I'm not one of those boomers that thinks like, oh, the best music was back in 1995. Like, no, man. There was corny music back then. But on top of it, too, you're looking at it through rose-colored glasses because you were a kid and life was more simple and you had more fun and blah, 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 blah. But Kanye West just jumped off a fucking cliff. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, he went from making some of the biggest classics in hip-hop ever to porn music. Like, it's not different. It's bad. Sony needs to stop charging the shit out of fans. I agree. There's no fucking reason for them to be charging. If you bought the deluxe edition on the PS4, just let him have it on the... You know it's tagged to the same account, Sony. If Microsoft can do it, so can you. You just don't have to right now because you're still top dog. You don't have to. Just admit it. It's okay. It's not okay, but we know why you're doing it. If you were in the same position going into the 8th generation, not that the PS3 actually ended up slightly outselling the 360, but you still made a lot of mistakes and the PS3 cost you a lot of money. So you had a big piece of humble pie shoved down your metaphorical throats when you were going into the 8th generation. And because of that, you were very pro-consumer. Have some more of that humble pie before it's forced on you, Sony. Remember the whole thing with Microsoft, how they were going to make it convoluted to trade games, and if you want to let a friend borrow a game, or if you want to trade in a game at GameStop, and it literally solidified the fact that Sony was going to have it. Like, it basically wrote out how the entire 8th generation was going to go, where Sony had that video with Shuhei Yoshida, and there was that blonde dude, I forgot his name, he used to be an executive over at Sony, where he's like, this is how you let friends borrow games on the PlayStation 4. And they literally hand the person he handed the person a copy of Killzone Shadowfall. Remember those days, Sony? Where you were really trying to show that you were more pro-consumer than your competitor because they gave you a really, really close run in the 7th gen? Where did that go? You know? Anyway. You know, look, man, again, that was douchey of me, and it wasn't done intentionally. I forgot that I made the 2 FAP jokes in a period of, like, that's kind of silly. It wasn't meant maliciously, but that was kind of childish. I just forgot. You know, so in his defense, yeah, he kind of had the right to tell me to shut the fuck up. You know, it wasn't done maliciously, but I forgot. But yeah, like, I will say... So that's why I was just kind of like, when he was saying shit to me, like, you know, he's roasting me. I kind of deserve it because he's pissed and because my name came out of his mouth. His name came out of my mouth a couple times for no reason, and he's right. But yeah, I think he should have more fun, man. And like, I've actually supported him on the channel, you know, and that they weren't like malicious super chats. I mean, I said some stuff jokingly, but it was just jokes. What's up, Sean McCarthy? And that's it. You know, I don't have any ill will towards him, you know, and that's just my humor. I'm like that with Camelot. I'm like that with Boogie. I'm like that with my editor, you know. I mean, I guess you could say, but Rich, why don't you say Vosh follows you? Why don't you say stuff like that to him? Or that's a good, but you know, maybe because I like the memes about DSP, they're funny. Like, I really genuinely think if he embraced that stuff, the trolling would subside significantly, and he would broaden his appeal. I genuinely mean, a lot of people agree with me too. Maybe a lot of you don't. I don't know. I'm not saying it rhetorically. I personally think, though, if he opened up and learned to laugh at himself, that he would definitely broaden his appeal. And he I know he said that he does online. I don't see it, Phil. I've watched your streams. I don't see it. You were when people try to joke with you, I'm not talking the nasty troll shit. When people are saying personal attacks about you, no, that's not acceptable in any way. I fucking hate that shit. But like when it's more lighthearted stuff, you just gotta just have fun with it, man. We're all fucking, dude. I still get the big cheese shit brought up to me. I know there's other super chats. I didn't miss them. I still get the big cheese shit brought up to me. I still get other shit like, you know, back in 2016, I said a homophobic slur. You know, and I apologize for that instantly with my own, at my own accord. I didn't wait to like get called out on it. Like, and I'm sure I'm going to do other stupid shit, you know, like people like that time I did that Ratchet and Clank story, didn't realize that the article I cited, or the whatever sources I cited, were over a year old. That was a fail. You know what I mean? Like, but you just got to own it, man. People respect you more when you own who you are than when you try to deflect who you are. You know what I mean? So I'm dancing in my birthday suit, watching Richie. That is frightening. Shut up and bring the pillow out. You love the pillow. Oh shit, the pillows are actually, where the hell are the pillows? I'll get them if, yes, I will get the pillows. Alan, thank you for the coffee. Someone is gone from the horse tubers. Kanye West or Jay-Z? Jay-Z. Even Jay-Z now is not the same Jay-Z from 1996, but I would still take Jay-Z now. Like Marcy Me was a recent classic of his. Hey, Dickers, let me hit you with this random golf club and maybe we could get some coffee. I bought 200 slices of cheese. Cheese, bird. He bought the fucking cheese. The bird, he bought the cheese. The cheese for the bird. You have a hole, so let out a turd.
Whoa!
Where is Sagging Melons? I don't know. She can get Ralph to hook up with you. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not sure where she is though. What makes the Horizon situation work is the fact they previously announced that you would be able to upgrade the to the PS5. Did they? I didn't know that. I didn't even have a. I think PSVR is why it doesn't have something like smart delivery, but Sony really ought to have had thought of a better way. $30 for Game of the Year. Yeah, it is. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back in 1 second. Sorry about that. Richie, I think PSVR is why PS5 doesn't have something like smart delivery, but Sony really ought to have thought, why would PSVR not let them have smart delivery? I'm not sure how those two correlate. I'm not saying that to be dismissive, but Rich, you need to understand it's PlayStation fanboys attacking Austin Evans, even that Sony Pony Dreamcast guy. Well, look, where I get bothered is when it goes beyond YouTube. So that's kind of my issue with it, is that when people were doxing, when people were threatening, that was not okay. Every time I watch you, Rich, it makes me think about how my mom used to see me. Your humor is exactly the kind of shit I used to pull off around the house. And it is, and look, man, it is just a persona too. You know, I mean, it is me, but obviously I'm not. Like, I don't go like to the grocery store shirtless and fart in like the cashier's face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a persona, and this is a meme. You know, like this whole thing that I'm doing here is a meme. Like with the shirtless thing is a joke. It's not that people actually, I don't think anyway, really actually want to see me shirtless. But that's the thing. It's a joke. You have fun, and that's really it. That's all that really matters. You have fun at the end of the day. Mistakes happen. How you learn from what it is what matters. Yeah, exactly. And dude, I'll make mistakes again, man. Like, my time management skills suck. I probably have ADHD, which is part of the reason, which I'm not trying to dismiss my own fault from it. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, there's other things that I have to learn and do and get better at. Honest, Rich, I got a paper published in Scientific Cancer Journal. No shit. I'm so happy. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. We were all one fart. My first manuscript as first author. Why is it saying the stream is But that's awesome, man. Congratulations, Foil Tim. But, you know, I ham it up for here. Like, you know, like, I don't, it is me, but it's an amplified me that obviously I don't go out and function in the real world like this. You know what I mean? So I'm trying, someone said I missed Super Chats, and no, I don't think I missed anything. No, I definitely didn't miss anything. Thank you, Shigeru Miyamoto, for craving me. So, Jessica Wilson, you're very welcome for the Twitter follow. This is my support animal. No, I haven't heard Eric Clapton's anti. It's just, it is what it is. It's not that I'm trying to be dismissive of your super chat. It's just, you know, to go into it right now. This is my first time using super chat. Love your content and live streams, Rich. Keep it up. Sorry if, dude, it's never. I will never. I mean, I have the thing like where if you want me to do the shirtless thing is a meme, it's $50, but I don't have paywalls. I actually did for like literally a stream. Where I had it like because I only usually stream 2-ish hours anyway, mostly I would say 90% of the time. So where the third hour I was going to make it members only, but even that I literally stopped it after a stream. You know what I'm saying? Like it just I don't really feel like there should be paywalls to anything, and it works. You know, the revenue stream from here, even with like 500 to 900 people that show up here I see it has better revenue streams than some other people. They get thousands of concurrent viewers because they're not as engaged. So this is my first time using Super Chat. Love your content and live streams, Rich. Keep it up. Thank you very much. So again, like I said, don't ever apologize for supporting the show. Games with PS5 upgrades has PS5 VR on the PS4 like No Man's Sky. They didn't include that on the PS5 version, so you need to download PS4 version on PS5 to use PSVR. But I'm still not seeing how that would make it that they couldn't do something like smart delivery, though. There's many ways that they could properly make sure that if you have a cross-generation game that they could just patch it to make it cross. I don't know. If there's a will, there's a way. But they wanted to put a paywall up because there's money there. My uncle wants to see you shirtless, and he would like to see more than just your shoes, if you know what I mean. Tell your uncle I apologize. That's not going to happen. Also, Tommy Tellerico, I wouldn't say he's irrelevant, man. Look, he's not a bad guy. It's just he's not creating the right image for the product that he's looking to release. Missed my first super chat. First cherry pop. Cheeks must spread. Do I have a spread? I don't have a spread, but I do have a yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're getting Grandpa excited.
See? Rich, did you watch Total Biscuit when he was... Yes, I did. I was watching his old stuff recently. Reminded me how much I miss his content. He got me into PC gaming and YouTube content in general. Yeah, it's sad, man. And what an untimely... and the thing about it, that was such a roller coaster ride for him and his family, because it was initially in his colon and they thought they got rid of it, and then unfortunately it metastasized to his liver. And then from there it just kind of just spiraled out of control, but they thought for a while he was free and clear and he was cured, or at least it was in remission. As far I know, that he had a very bright prognosis after the time he dealt with it, and then just to see it, it's sad, man. It's definitely sad. Emulators versus original hardware. Original hardware, without a doubt. Maybe like the consoles, like the analog Super NT and things like that. They're great. That's different, but always regular hardware. Asus ROG Strix 3080 max safe temperature, and you have to look up what they say that it's max what they throttle it at. Usually it's in the lower 80s. What is your card getting? Remember that, and every card is different too. You may get a third-party 3080 from Asus, and it may have different temps than the Founders Edition. So remember that BioWare developer who dumped on John? Oh yeah, he was a young weird guy too. That was pretty gross. Because he had opinions about your fucking games, and the guy literally just died from suffering from cancer, and you do that? I don't know. That was just gross. I don't understand how, it all ties into stuff on here, how people take, disagreeing with someone else's takes as a personal attack. I don't know, but people do. Yeah, I know I can become a penis, but ultimately I know about stuff, words within words. I'm very happy about this publication. Dude, it's fantastic. I'm very happy for you, man. Seriously. Just bought a cheap $40 JBL Bluetooth speaker. Funny how it sounds just as good as the Beats pill. Yeah, well, Beats was a name. Why do you think Apple bought it? Because they were... Apple bought it because there was just something synonymous with the name, Beats by Dre, and even though they weren't great, I think because of the design, they really caught on with people, and and that's what Apple did. And basically now it's just Beats are the reskinned Beats are just reskinned, AirPods Pro. Yeah, usually it's like in the lower 80s with a lot of the cards where it's like that's where it's the thermal limit where they think like, okay, we're about to throttle this card now so it doesn't get warmer to keep it at a safe temperature. But then there was some AMD, I think like the 5700 XT, they said could top out at 100 degrees Celsius and that was fine. That always boggled my fucking, like, 100 degree. Okay. Hey, you're the engineers of the card. Sup gamers, guess who's hypersensitive? It's your boy. I feel like I'm fucking 50 years old with all these health issues. Among Us Chungus out. I'm very sorry, Among Us Chungus. I'm very sorry about that. Well, what's going on with you, man? You know? Where is my shirt? A cat ate it. It's actually going back on in a minute. But, you know, getting back to like what I was saying about DSP before is that, yeah, I understand what I put up a couple tweets regarding him being in his Fapgate in a period of 24 hours. And usually I don't do stuff like that. So I didn't realize I did that. That was a little over the top, you know? No, these are Dixie cups, man. You can get these at Sam's Club. You get them anywhere. You know. Some people are asking that I don't like Soulja Boy because he's a black man. No. Has absolutely nothing to do with his race. There were I don't know, maybe you're baiting me, but that's a scapegoat. No, what he's doing is he was reselling a scam product. I called him out on it. I bought his product twice, never got it. The only reason I'm getting one to review, I think, now it might be lost in shipping, I hope not, is someone else was shipping it to me. Has nothing to do with his race. I don't judge people on their race. You know what I mean? So I don't like Soulja Boy because he's a... And the thing... I mean, look, I'm sure he's doing it because, look, it keeps me relevant. It keeps me... But he wants to keep his name in people's mouths, but it's not the way to do it. You know, but his race has nothing to do with it. Anyone could decry that, oh, everyone's trying to keep a black man. It has nothing to do with his race. If he was white, I would call him out the same. If he was Asian, I would call him out the same. South American, Korean, doesn't matter. You know? Has nothing to do with that. How is that card? The Nitro 6700 XT. How do I keep... Because it's just, you know, he's done just like he's been involved in such crazy stuff that he's a joke. Like people joke about him and he comes up just like people joke about me, just like people joke about Camelot, just like people joke about Boogie. Like, you know, you're a public figure and it is what it is. You're going to come up. And that's it. I just talk like if he comes up in the streams, I talk about him. Oh, I had a fart too. Who just did an Atari meme? You know, a lot of times I talk about what people bring up. And if someone brings up DSP, if someone brings up quartering, someone brings up wings, someone brings up Camelot. Did I miss a super chat, Necro? No, I didn't miss anything. Oh, wait, the last one here. Rich, what is your worst insane customer experience working in retail or other jobs you have had? I would say when I worked at a car wash during the middle of winter, that was fucking brutal. That was absolutely brutal. Yeah. And I remember sitting at like they would have you spray the cars first to like pre-wash them, and like the water would come back and hit you, and like icicles would be forming on your jacket. I remember I got the flu that year. That was I think it was the last time I ever, at least to that degree, got the flu. Like after that, I started getting vaccinated. Weird. Don't really think I've had the flu since. Pretty positive that I haven't had it since. And, oh my God. That was brutal, man. I remember I had like sleep paralysis one night. I don't know if it was because of the flu. Who the hell knows? But I've heard of Dust 514. Over 1,000 hours. Jesus. Well, not from a car wash. I got the flu that year that I was working at the car wash. And who knows? Maybe I did catch it from someone there. You know, and especially being out in literally freezing cold weather. Yeah, it kind of fucks up your immune system. You know, it definitely knocks down your. That was there was like maybe once or twice where it wasn't like full on, but that was the one time where it was like. What was I going to say? I totally forgot. I lost my train of thought. But that was the one time where the sleep paralysis was pretty brutal. What's up, Cam? How are you, man? Well, what was that other game? There was that game where it was like 40 people, I think, or 100 people. What was it called? MAG or something like that. It was the same developers behind the SOCOM series. So... Hey, Rich, been watching since 2012. What feature from old to YouTube do you miss the most? That's a good question, man. Like, you forget how much YouTube has changed until you go back and, like, maybe look in a Wayback Machine, or they have videos that show you, because YouTube's been around so fucking long now. It's like a different lifetime. 2005, over 16 years, or 16 years about. And, you know, it's kind of funny how it emulated. It's kind of funny how it emulated what was like. I remember back in like 2009, it kind of looked like MySpace, if you remember. So it's weird how like you look back and you almost get nostalgic. You almost get nostalgic looking at that stuff. Video responses were cool, but no one really. It was correct that it was very, very, very few and far between where any of those gained traction. And I know why YouTube also wanted to get rid of them, even though people were mad at it. One, no one really watched them. I remember going to actually click on some of the responses, and I don't think any of them really ever gained traction, even under big videos. Then I remember the reply girls. Oh God, what a different time that was. But so you had them. I think that kind of killed it too, because you had a bunch of the reply girls that were like just girls with really huge boobs just speaking gibberish. I'm not even exaggerating. So that like there were features that like that was cool, and I remember that it was weird because at the time when I was newer on YouTube, it kind of helped make a community with like replies and stuff like that. It kind of helped I guess you could say kind of like if you had a small community and a small following, it helped make that following more engaged. But in reality, it didn't really, in terms of gaining viewership, no. And on top of it, too, no one really watched them. And it did just kind of make them messy. Like you'd have a video, especially if it was a viral video, you had everyone trying to leave a reply. And I know you had to accept the replies, and people did accept them, but then you'd have all these slew of replies that no one will watch. It just kind of looked like, imagine on your phone now trying to like search through a video, and under it there's like 20, even if they just had like a bar of replies right under the video, it wouldn't be functional. So that was a feature from a different time, and no one really ended up using it anyway. Breaking news that the Satanic Temple is bringing forward a case that its members in Texas are allowed to get abortions under the Religious Freedoms Act. Let's see I don't even want to go into that, man. It is, I'm currently in college right now. What's your advice on meeting girls? As someone that has had multiple dating experience, whether good or... Dude, just kind of let the chips fall as they may. It's not a dismissive answer. And if you click with somebody, you just talk to them like a normal human being. That's pretty much it. Who is downvoting comments? Had a sleep paralysis incident when I was young where this thing was clanging around my kitchen. After the incident, my mom asked if I was in the kitchen messing around last night. Freaked me out. Wow. How long ago was that, man? So, I did get a message that I do have to go do something. I was going to stream I was actually only going to stream for like an hour tonight anyway, but I will be back tomorrow with more content, guys. Videos, stream. This week I have a whole bunch of reviews coming up. So that should be interesting too. We're going to have to kind of do like one a day. So look out for that. And I will see you guys tomorrow with videos. Yeah, I know I'm doing a soup, but I actually got a message and I got to handle something. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you guys with content, and I'll be back real soon. Have a good one.